Hello everybody, and welcome to a very special one-off for a game that I'm really excited for, and I completely forgot that it had a demo coming out, so once again, this is a spur-of-the-moment thing that I decided to record because, oh boy, there's some stuff that I need to say about this game because my interest is super peaked. But anyway, let's just get straight into it. But first, there is something that I need to point out on the options menu of all things because this is pretty amazing. So, this is a demo, and for people who don't know, this demo I believe is only for a limited time because you have to be signed in for your PlayStation Network account for it to work, which makes me think that it's not going to be around for a while. So, first things first even, play this demo as soon as you can, and if you think it's not worth your time or you're not sure about it, I'm going to try my best to sell it to you, even though it's not complete, and I'm just going to put that in, I'm just going to put in here right now that there are some things that they need to improve, but from what they've shown so far, I'm intrigued. But anyway, as I was saying before I got sidetracked, going through these, options, there's some pretty standard ones like basic game controls, basic game settings. There's some stuff like display headgear, which I'm actually going to turn off for the time being. And there's other stuff like camera type, which I'm not sure. I tried action. I'm actually going to try classic to see what the difference is. And we got lock on and all that stuff. But even more impressively, for a console game no less, is that you can actually go to game mode settings and you can choose either resolution or frame rate, which basically switches it to 720p 60 frames per second or 1080p 30 frames per second. Now, for the sake of the video and YouTube and the fact that I cannot record in 60 FPS, I will be showing the game in 1080p. So I will take the hit in terms of gameplay in order to show this game off, because there's some stuff, and there's some stuff I'm going to show off, which I'm going to do right now because I've spent enough time yammering on at the main menu screen. So let's just get in to Nioh. And yes, I want to destroy my character. Kuroshima is a tiny island off the coast of Osuki in Kyushu's Bungo province. There is little in the ways of usable land, with coastline rapidly giving way to cliffs and mountains. Clinging to its edge is the smallest of fishing villages, its residents eking out of subsistence farming on plots carved out from hills. Their frugal lives stand in stark contrast to the village elder, whose opulent mansion perches atop the island's tallest peak, strangely oversized for the small island which it overlooks. Damn it, I almost read that entire thing without messing up. Anyway, whatever. Let us continue. And I'll be damned if this guy doesn't look like Japanese Geralt. Anyway, let's move forward. And claim our first weapon. So, for people who don't know, and who are looking over this screen right now, they're probably thinking, gee, this is very Dark Souls-esque. I mean, you got your health, you got your stamina bar, you got your items in the bottom left-hand corner. And yes, you'd be right, because this game is like unapologetically inspired by Dark Souls, which is not a bad thing if you can change the game and like iterate it in some way and make changes to the gameplay or improve on certain aspects. Then I think that's fine. So you got your level ups, which you do at your shrines. Sorry. And you can also do stuff like make offerings, which is basically sell your equipment in order to gain the equivalent of this game's souls, which is Amritas, I believe it's called. Or you could summon visitors, which is basically online, which I have not tried, so I don't know if it works. I might try it later, but for now, I want to show off the first major difference, and that is the fact that in this game you had things called Guardian Spirits. And with each Guardian Spirit, you gain different changes to your stats and your different elemental types, and also your Guardian Spirit itself, which helps you in battle. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So we got Kato, who I believe is the I can't remember how you I could have sworn there was a way that you could there was a thing that like here we go. L2. Fire Elemental. Legend has it that a she-wolf hit by a shooting star in the first month of her pregnancy will give birth to a Kato. These fire-eating hounds are said to cause the forest fires sparked by lightning strikes. Harbingers of house fires and other misfortunes, Kato are venerated as servants of the god of fire. So, basically we got Amaterasu over here. But anyway, Izunade, Water Elemental, pronounced Isonade. I also find it cool that they actually give you the way that you can pronounce their names, which is, it's pretty dope. I'm pretty sure that's an English translation thing, but, good work, localization team. Anyway, the name means the sea's caress. Following the northern sea winds, Izunade's prowls just beneath the surface in search of prey. It uses its powerful tail to entangle and pull victims beneath the waves. By the time you feel the slightest breeze, it's already too late. Believing it responsible for stirring up rough seas, local sailors make offerings to Izunade in a prayer for calm sailing. So we get a nice bit of lore between these guardian spirits. Daibawashi, Wind Elemental, pronounced Daibawashi. The name means horse killer hawk, so called for its mysterious phenomenon in which the wind whips up and horses suddenly die. Observers have described it as a whirlwind of glowing needles surrounding the hapless animal, slashing the air in front of the horse with a sword will deflect it. On the other hand, some actually venerate the Daibawashi, believing that these same characteristics can shield them from danger. And at last, we got Raiken, pronounced Raiken, written with the characters for thunder and dog. These holy hounds are venerated as protector spirits. Trespassers struck down by lightning on holy ground who are actually punished by these creatures. Although extremely difficult to approach, they are fiercely loyal to their masters in the rare cases when the humans have befriended them. Normal dogs fear thunder, but Raiken actively marshal it to protect their masters. Every Raiken has a mate, and their true power is revealed when they are paired. So, we got a bunch of cool guardian spirits right here. I've already rocked Kato and Raiken, so I'm actually going to stick with Raiken because I actually really liked him, or her, could be a her, if during my playthrough. So yeah, let's do it Raiken. And really cool is that they actually changed the guardian spirit in the bottom left-hand corner there, and I got a cute little what's the breed called? Is it Shiba? I can't remember what the breed of dog it's called, but yeah, so we got a guardian spirit. But enough of that, because I'm sure a lot of you are probably thinking, okay, so what about combat? What is this game's combat? Because it's very Dark Souls-esque with its stamina bar and its health system, and I got a cool katana, so what's that about? So, this is where it gets interesting. You may see in the bottom right-hand corner there that you got a bunch of icons. If you hold R1, you can actually switch to different sword stances. And what these do is change the power of your attacks. So, for the mid-sword stance, that is like the standard range for your strikes. And it's basically your standard speed. If you go to high sword stance, this is basically your heavy sword slashes that you can use to do heavy attacks and break down enemies' stamina, which will be important, you'll see. And finally, you got your low sword stance, which is your extremely quick, heavy, extremely quick slashes, which do little damage, but you can do a lot of them. However, it gets even more interesting because if you look at the stamina, you can see that you got a little bit of red health that red stamina that gets depleted. If you press the stance button, you actually regain that stamina. But if you wait too late, then you lose that stamina. So you get into these situations, which I'll be able to show in a second with the enemy up ahead, where you can strike, and then you can quick change to different stances in order to regain your stamina, or the same stance even. And, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to show you a demonstration, because I've done enough rattling on how the combat system works. It's best to just show it. So if I regain my stamina here, you can see that I'm able to regain it quickly and keep up the assault. And it sort of plays into this weird sort of speed that this game plays with its combat, because it's neither fast nor slow. It's like a weird combination of both. Which I guess in a weird way is like real Japanese sword fighting, or at least how I would imagine it would be. Because when it comes to, I guess, katana fighting, the idea is to take down your enemy in one strike, because you don't have any defense. You have no shield, because they didn't invent shields back then, for some reason. So you get into these weird sort of combat situations where you have these awkward slow moments like these, where you're just waiting for the other enemy to attack or for you to attack, and then you really quickly strike them down in order to finish them off. And you take a lot of damage in this game. Like, it takes its idea of, like, you die very quickly and in a few sword slashes, and applies it to both you and the enemies. So, you better, get your A game when it comes to this game. You can obviously take more damage if you equip more armor, because your starting equipment sucks. Which I will be doing right now, because I want that armor. But hey. Now, the other change that you may notice is these gravestones right here. So, similar to Dark Souls, these are places where enemies have fallen, and that can include NPCs, like this one right here, Nobu the Swordmaster, or those ones over there, which are actually real players. And if you fight the Revenant, and we'll see if I can fight this one with little trouble, because they attack straight away, you can actually get certain rewards from them, and it will actually tell them what the rewards are going to be. It will tell you what type of reward it's going to be, but it won't tell you what specifically the reward is. And oh, I hear him on the ground. Damn it! I could have taken an opportunity to strike him on the ground there with a ground spike. I'm not sure what you'd call it. And I need to pay attention to my ki. Sorry, it's not called stamina in this game. It's called ki. Because I need to... You take a lot of damage and you lose your ki very fast. And if you get hit, you actually lose ki anyway. God, okay. Oh god. See? Yep, there we go. I'm dead. Well, at least I could show you what happens when you die, because there's actually something somewhat cool that happens. So, I was going to show that off anyway. Or at least, that's my excuse. I'm not good enough to defeat a level 3 Swordmaster, apparently. But, I am good enough to take down this guy, so let's take the initiative. And regain our stance by, or our ki by doing our stance right there. And I think I just got some... Yes, I did. I got some new armor. I didn't get this armor before. It looks pretty neat. Anyway, so yeah, as I was saying, I get to show this off, because this is a nice little change. So similar to Dark Souls, your souls, or your Amrita, sorry, as it's called in this game, gets placed on the ground for you to pick up. However, there is a slight change, and that is the fact that your guardian spirit now guards it. And if you go back to a shrine, you can actually call back your guardian spirit. And as you can see in the top left-hand corner, the portrait is empty, which you may have not noticed before. But if I touch my grave, I get my Amrita back, but also the Guardian Spirit returns to the portrait. And that's actually important because your Guardian Spirit gives you a special ability which it can do in order to buff you up for a certain period of time. So it sort of plays in this idea of like, do I want my Guardian Spirit to guard the souls that I have, or do I want to call him back in order to use his special ability, because you cannot use it if you don't have him. So if I put the stone right here, I can lure this guy away because there's two of them. And once again, I can take the initiative and slice this guy down. It's also got dismemberment, which is really cool. I actually really like that. And if we move over to this guy, then once again, I'm just going to take the initiative, and he's pretty tough, so I'm going to switch to heavy stance, and that was a delayed swing. I have to be careful not to die. Just lose my elixir. Okay, there we go. And once again, I don't know why, something about this game's speed just really appeals to me. Just the way that you have to be extremely methodical with your quick strikes. It's really cool, and there's not just katanas in the game, there are other weapons. And there's also something else which I'll get into, but I won't be able to show it yet until I get to the shortcut. Because this game has Dark Souls-esque shortcuts that it likes to use. And I keep on going to my gestures when I want to go to my equipment. Let's equip that, but I don't have headgear turned on because I don't like those hats. There are masks that you can get, and I will turn it on once I get the masks. But for now, let's just get some stuff. And haha, game! I've already taught how to use stances, and I've even gone one step further by teaching you how to regain stamina with your stances. There we go. Take you down, and let's move on over here. So, I always liked the katana. I always thought it was a very elegant weapon, and I always liked the history behind it. Because, I'm a massive weeb. But no, seriously, it's mainly just because, I don't know, just something about the way that the combat works just really, like, makes sense to me. Maybe, unless it had some shields, that would also help, but, yeah. For what it is, I like the fast-hitting sword in this game. Like, this would be a game that I would do a dex build on, and okay, that's that guy's range. Let's see if we can take him down. There we go, and take his helmet. I believe that was. Now that being said, this game's not perfect, and it's not even a full game. It's an alpha. It's not even done yet, and we got a spear. I'll actually show off the spear for a little bit, because might as well show off more than one weapon, and it actually appears on your body, along with your sword, which is super cool. But like I was saying, this demo is not perfect, because there are some things that are a little bit annoying. The main one is that when you lock onto an enemy, if you try to run away, you don't face them, so if I use this enemy as an example, if I guard, then I will face him. I will face him while I guard. But if I, like, take off the guard, then it puts my back towards him. And since, if you get hit in the back, that's extra damage. It is a little bit annoying when you're trying to run away and use, a health item, and they just hit you in the back and instant kill you. Because that can happen. In fact, I'm actually going to max out my health right there. But, yeah, that's a little bit annoying, but it's an alpha, so they can change that, and I hope they do. The other thing is, your weapons degrade very quickly, and I know that's a historical thing with, like, katanas, and Dark Souls like to do that, and I thought that enemy was going to, like, drop down on me and try to do a slashing attack, but yeah. It's just one of those things where it's like, I'm pretty sure it's to encourage using more than one weapon, but I haven't found a reliable way in order to fix these weapons yet, other than like switching them out or using a wheat stone. So yeah, that's just one of those things that it's a little bit annoying. And I have no elixirs left, which is your health item, so I gotta try to get through this whole area. But my elemental spirit is ready, so I'll be able to show that off, and hopefully get to the shortcut. I'll try my damnedest. But, yeah, that was the tutorial, basically going over the stamina thing, where you press the stance button to recover your key. Sorry, your key, not your stamina. Oh god, that's gonna be the death of me trying to remember to say key instead of stamina. So, I believe there is an enemy over here somewhere. There's one over there, but I think there's another one walking around. Or maybe I'm just making it up. But there is a shortcut through here, so I do want to get through if I can. This guy's pretty easy. However, the guy behind him is the guy I want to worry about. Ah, there we go. I was right. There was an enemy that was walking around. If I do die right here, I'll just cut to the place I am right now. But I do want to show this guy off, because if I press triangle and circle together, let's summon a little elemental dude and get lightning sword. And become OP as fuck. Please excuse the language, but oh god, I actually almost died. I actually died. I thought that would have been enough to kill him. I was apparently wrong. Little Raikon, you failed me. Anyway, I'll meet you guys in a second. I can't believe I died. Okay, I'm back where I was. Let's get our little awesome familiar dude. Or guardian spirit, I should call him. I should call him by his proper name. And I made a terrible mistake. I got two guys on me, and there's a third guy somewhere who's walking around. So you know what? I'm actually going to retreat, because I don't want to face three guys at once. I could probably take on two, but not three. Right, okay. How we gonna do this? Oh god. Okay, I got three on me anyway. I don't know where the third guy came from, but this is not good. Okay. I'm going to be a massive coward and run away. Actually, no, that's a drop. I don't want to run away that way. Let's... That was embarrassing. Okay, I took out all of them except for the Naginata guy over there. So I'm going to quickly grab my stuff and now probably aggro him. Oh wow, it didn't actually aggro him. Well, I know I can beat him, so I want to be able to beat him. So come on. Come on, Naginata guy. I don't want to fight him here though because of that archer. So let's retreat. Now, I'm pretty sure I killed all of the guys, so... Let's grab him! Well, and by grab him, I mean stab my sword into him, but the game says it's a grab, so... Sure, it's a grab. Okay, come on. I'm actually going to switch to my heavy attack, because I think that I can break him down! There we go. Sweet. And now that I've done that, it's time to grab these items before Archer Dude decides to shoot me all to hell. Using the trees and nature to my advantage. I can actually block his arrows with my sword. But I am a super cool guy, so I don't need to do that. Japanese Geralt, away! But anyway, if we make our way over here, there is actually a shortcut, and there was a drop right there, which is why I didn't want to straight up just, leave all the stuff. That's what I wanted to say. And I also love how the, like, the corpses you get the items from, they actually speak, like, their final moments before they died. Which is pretty cool. It's just, it gives a little bit of character to the people, even if they are, like, just regular sort of NPCs. Anyway, let's kick this ladder down. And now it's time to get into the second thing, which made me go, oh my god, this game has stuff which isn't completely Dark Souls focused. And it's stuff that's super cool. So if we make our way over here, we got the shrine right here, which is a place that you should be familiar with, because this is the place where we started. So if we go to level up and do all our stuff, so, you know, you got your body, we got our skills, which I'll put up, we got our heart, which is our key, which is important. Stamina's pretty important. What else? How many? Okay, we got one more. We got one more. So let's put it into body. And you're like, okay, so that's like Dark Souls leveling. That's pretty cool and all. But then you get this. Learn skills. So what if I told you that there is a straight up Devil May Cry tech tree in this game? And when I say tech tree, I mean like proper moves that you unlock. If we look at this video here, we can unlock a kick, we can unlock a sword sheath skill, we can unlock a spinning slash, which is for our high stance skill, we can unlock a parry, we can unlock a different type of parry, we can unlock an even more different type of parry. I'm not gonna lie, once I saw this, my mind was just like, just, you know, brains was splattered everywhere. It was disgusting. Anyway, very messy. This is why I think that this game, like, even though it takes a lot of inspiration from Dark Souls, this is why I think it stands out on its own, with its own thing, because I look at this and I go, yes, just, oh, yes. And it would also explain why you have only 3 different weapon types. The first one being it takes place in Japan and there's only so many weapon types that you can have before it gets ridiculous, unless you want guys going around with nunchucks. Which would be very stereotypical, but then again we got ninja over here, so who am I to judge? By the way, ninjas have traps. It's, yeah. So if you want to do a ninja trap build, there you go. It's... Man, I can't even begin to imagine how the builds are going to go. I mean, I like the idea of being a quick samurai guy with a katana, so, like, all my stats are going to go into samurai skill points. But then we got Nioh magic, which is basically elemental spells, and yes. Yes, please. I'm gonna be going around rocking my lightning sword, which you can actually do. I think it's this one. Yeah, it is. Oh, it's... Like, guys, I implore you to try this demo. I implore you. And in fact, I implore you so much that I'm actually going to leave you hanging right here. I don't usually do this in my videos. I like to show off all that I can with, like, all of the secrets and stuff, but for this one specifically, for this game specifically even, I feel like that you have to sort of discover them for yourself, because there's something, there is something else. There is one other big thing that this game has, but I feel like if I spoiled it, then it would be just like a massive discovery that you would just, like, I don't know, it feels wrong to spoil it, but I gave you a basic mechanics rundown on how the game differentiates itself from Dark Souls, because it does inspire a lot of similarities between the two. But with that said, if anyone really wants me to do like a full playthrough of the alpha, if it's still up, then I'd be more than happy to, because damn, I had so much fun playing through it. But for now, I bid you all adieu. See you guys next time.